Do I need to do the video?
Flip man. It's the flip man. Flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Get that bag.
Welcome to Flippinar 299. Tonight's topic, next level wholesaling, buyers on demand for commercial real estate. So we're here to talk about wholesaling real estate without using your cash or credit. Everyone that's joining us, you know how you can join the live stream if you text the word Gator to 205-964-5243. Text the word Gator to 205-964-5243. That will allow you to jump the line and join us live. Let me send this text out. All right. We have my girl Jessica from you all that remember the daytime show that we used to do, the dailies. Ada is not here tonight, so Jessica will be making this, help make this. We don't do any banners because I'm gonna cut it up, Jess. You can do
Okay.
you can do the scroller, but no banners.
Okay.
What I'll do is I'll put up a whole. You'll see, but
Okay.
don't worry about that part. Just
You
the
know,
scroller.
it's been a while.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, please announce where you're live streaming from, so we can shout you out. Do some networking here. Who knows? I may need you in any particular market. So again, we'll go ahead and get started for tonight, February 22nd, just like that. Christmas haven't even been 60 days ago, but it seemed like 6 months ago.
It does.
Yeah,
It really does.
yeah. So how I look on TikTok? Look okay?
It looks good.
Okay, cool.
Looks
All right,
good.
boom. All right. So over to you, JW.
All right. Speaking of TikTok, Mr. Brown 2020 said that he's in Houston. This person said, "Do you do tax deed and tax lien investing?" That's from TikTok.
I have some content on my channel, but that's really not my lane. I understand it. Um, you can't do everything. You know what I'm saying? It's easy for me to get sidetracked, so I have to be careful. Because I can get excited about stuff. But the one thing about doing tax deeds, tax liens, tax certificates, whatever state you're dealing in, you need to understand the process of how all of that works. So you'll know where the opportunities lie within the process or whatever. So, but yeah, that could be very lucrative. Some people build their entire real estate portfolio empire through season opportunities through tax deeds.
Okay. Everybody from Instagram is still putting in where they're from. We got Phoenix City, Alabama. We got Marietta,
TC.
Georgia. We got Marietta, Georgia. Cobb County. Killeen, Texas. So hey y'all. Let's see on YouTube. We don't have any questions yet, but everybody's saying good evening. We got Phil from California, Paula from Atlanta, Wanda from Vegas. Oh, Byron from Atlanta. Okay, no questions yet. We got Wanda from Houston on here.
Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, Phoenix City, Alabama. Been there a few times. Two of my really good friends from my college are from there. So been down there a couple of times. Phoenix City, Columbus, that area there. So what's happening, man? So what we got, Jess?
Um, I don't see any questions yet. Everybody's
Still just
still just
hello.
putting in where they're from. Meridian, Mississippi.
Oh yeah, Meridian most definitely down there a lot. For a good reason, really good reason. Um, so if that's still hello, then I can do what I normally do. Jesse is my advertisements. So
Okay.
so now let me throw this one up. Yeah, trying to build pre-foreclosure list. You can text PRE to 205-964-5243. If you're trying to build pre-foreclosures list like my girl Stanetta did. She made 164 some change on her first deal, and it came from a pre-foreclosure. Text me last week, picked up another 65K, same thing. So yeah, it's real. My girl down there getting a beast. All right. That paperwork that she uses to put those deals together, and I've been using since 2003, and many others have been using since 2008, because that's how long I've been giving away that contract. Text PSA to 205-964-5243. Text 205. Text PSA is for purchase sale agreement to 205-964-5243. Probate, if that's your thing. I did a recent interview. You can watch that with the guys that are experts on that to get you going in the right direction. You can text heirs, 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 to 205-964-5243. And look at the partner on self-storage, hotel, motels, and warehouses, even multifamily for sure. You can text CHOP, CHOP, 205-964-5243. 205-964, what I'm saying? 205-964-5243. Now what we got? Nothing?
No, we got a few.
Uh,
Okay, YouTube. This one came from Lopez Investing. From he said his name's Alex from San Antonio, Texas. He said, "Where can I find land deals?"
Good question. Where can you find land deals, man? You'll use a lot of the same methods you use to find houses. Also, you'll still build lists of people that actually own land. That's one of probably the most effective ways, is just to identify an area you want to target, identify the size lots or land masses you want to target. You build a list and you reach out to them either by phone, through cold calling, I guess still even text messaging, direct mail. Direct. I don't know how effective um, door knocking would be, but that would be another option. Now you can get more, advanced with, Google AdWords and Facebook ads and stuff, but it would be the same methods, man. You build, list, and target people who own what you're trying to buy.
Okay, okay. I see Adrian in the chat. Hey, from Tuscaloosa. This one says it's from Michael Stevens on YouTube. He said, "I have 530 acres from one seller, however, multiple tracks. How do I input it in Dealulator?"
Okay, if he's trying, I guess he's trying to fill out a contract for that. So Well, what you would do is if it's different parcels, is what you're saying. Then ideally, if it's all there together, then it's not even set up to do it that way. What you'll have to do is fill it out for one of the addresses, and
Mhm.
then create an addendum to identify the other tracts of land that'll be included in that deal.
Okay. Janice Shore says, "Hello, Flipman. I downloaded the information about storage units. Excited to work with you." Um,
Same
let's
here,
see.
Janice.
Elaine said, "Where do we text Chop? What's the number again?"
Oh, it's 205-964-5243.
Okay, artistically aspiring. Okay, we like the name. That's cute. They said, "Add me to your Midwest buyers list."
Okay. Just text me 205-964-5243 and let us know what you're interested in.
Okay, this came from Yolanda Walker on Instagram. She said, "Does it cost for your list?"
Which list? Oh, the one that's on the topic tonight.
Hmm.
In this situation, yeah, that's what I'm going to discuss on that on how that works. Um, I'll go into more detail on it. I've been thinking about it for the last couple of weeks on how I want to go about it or whatever. So I'm at least make the offer. I don't know if anyone will be interested. So you all are basically create the market. If you're interested, then we'll make it happen or whatever because it's not that difficult to do on our end with the access to that on that type of data. So, but it's going to be more than worth it because it'll be more than worth it if you're going to go down that lane, which I strongly encourage you to do so.
Okay. This one came from Instagram from Corinthian Pauline. They said, "Is it hard to buy property from the courthouse with someone that owes back taxes?"
Okay, now, so they're asking, is it hard to buy real estate on a property? You said from the courthouse, and they owe back taxes. Now, of course, when you say back taxes, hopefully it's not in a stage where obviously the state is taking it. The person still has an opportunity to redeem. So that happens often. People will be behind on taxes. And what happens whenever you close on a property, all debts that are unpaid debts that are attached to that property are settled at closing. But assuming the price that the seller is selling it for covers all of those debt, and they're comfortable with that, even if they don't walk away from the table with anything. Most people don't like to do that. Now that it is some situations where people what they'll sell it for and what they owe is what they owe is more than what they're selling it for, but they're willing to come to the closing table with money to settle the difference. That's not going to happen that often, but it is possible. But to answer the question, can you do deals on properties that would back taxes? He said from the courthouse, but he's just saying back taxes. Yes, very common. Just the numbers just have to work like any other situation.
All right. This one came from Instagram too. They said, "Is it better to drive for dollars or cold call from skip tracing numbers?"
All right. So is it better to drive for dollars or cold calling? Now, those well, technically you're doing the same thing. Whether you're going to build a list and call someone cold, just cold, or as we call it, better known as cold calling, or if you're driving for dollars and it's cold calling. The only real difference is uh, you could be probably, well, I can't even say that because they're different. I was about to say you can be more efficient with cold calling, but in reality, you can get more done. Let me just say that when you're just randomly calling. But if you're if you build a list from driving for dollars and you've identified properties that appear to be vacant, distressed, or whatever the situation is, then that may be a better list. It just you may not be able to reach as many people. So there's a trade-off there. But in reality, both of them, if the properties are obviously not for sale, they will be cold calls. So that part of it is going to be the same. It just the increased rate as far as the number of calls you make on being a deal or not may be higher on the driving for dollars because you've identified what should be an issue. Doesn't mean they're going to be motivated to sell it cheap. Well, it doesn't mean they're going to want to sell it, and doesn't mean they're going to be motivated to want to sell it cheap just because it's vacant and, you know, in need of a lot of repairs or whatever. So, but you just have to play the numbers.
Okay. This one came from Delta Sigma Theta on YouTube. So I guess all of them. They said, I'm a new interest. How do I start working with you as a mentee?
Now, not to go off track. Should I even bring that up?
No, because I know what you're about to say.
No, actually, you probably don't.
Okay.
You probably don't. All right, so
soapbox.
Well, sort of. But anyway, so what is it now?
They are new at this, but they want to start working with you. They want you to mentor them. How can they go about doing that?
Okay, all right. So they want me to actually coach them through actual deals or whatever. So that is an option. It's a paid option, but I like to make it clear. One of the worst things I like to hear from people is they pay for something that I offer and they say I could have got it on YouTube. Yeah, you could have. I try to say that over and over again, literally, especially about wholesaling houses. Everything you need to know is there. There's no course I can put together that's going to be able to compete with 16 years of content on YouTube. You're talking over 1,000 videos, right? Now, the course can be more step by step, but in reality, just for base knowledge that's available, no course I can put together is going to be able to compete with that. But it's not in any certain order. So it's a trade-off. So, but I do offer the option for me to coach you through actual deals. You can, it's done in one or two ways. You can do it in a group setting, which is a lot less because it's more limited access in that sense. Whereas if you want the one-on-one, it's going to cost a lot more because now I give you access just to call me basically anytime, within reason. Obviously, I sleep or whatever, but I don't have any limitations on that to reach out to me, and I'm your slave. I'm a cheap slave.
Don't say that.
Don't
say that this month.
No, that's an insult. I'm your servant. I'm your servant.
No, you can't say that this month.
I'm your employee. Let me say that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. This one says, do you recommend starting with residential first before jumping into commercial for a new wholesaler?
Great question. Do I recommend starting with residential wholesaling or wholesaling houses first before jumping in commercial? If you would ask me that probably a year ago, maybe a year plus ago, I would have said start with houses and build up to it. But since that's the path that I'm on and really taking me way longer than what it should have been, I'm going to say I would start with commercial. If you have the resources or the time or the access to the knowledge to do that. So you do. Now, commercial is vast in the sense, with houses, it's just houses. You may have condos, townhouses, whatever, but still they sort of work the same way as far as, determining value and, the type of people that'll be interested in them as investments. But with commercial, you have a number of different assets. You have self-storage, which we pursue on a daily basis. Hotel motels, which we recently started to pursue on a daily basis. Warehousing, which is something we're going to start to move forward to. Also, some people already have sent in some vacant stuff that we're researching. Multifamily, which I've done over the years. So those are just four right there. So then you have retail space, or your shopping centers or whatever. You have your single tenant. You have assisted living. You have, what am I missing? And I said warehouse, so that's industrial. I don't know if I'm missing something, but it's probably a couple of more. But so all of those are evaluated differently than houses. Most commercial real estate is evaluated as far as a value based on the income that it is either producing and or can produce. So the process of coming up, if you want to use the term ARV, which is not correct, but just to compare it to houses, it is totally different. Plus, the owners that you're dealing with, for the most part, are more sophisticated than dealing with a residential owner. Not saying you're going to be able to take advantage of one or the other, because at the end of the day, they're still humans. And for the time frame that we've been heavily pursuing commercial deals, what I found is they still get divorced, they still make bad business decisions, they still retire, they still die. Just all the same reasons someone to be motivated to sell a house is the same reason people be motivated to sell commercial real estate. Now, it takes longer to put the deals together, but the paydays are significantly larger also. So it's a trade-off. So imagine having those hitting every week versus having houses hitting every week. It's not going to be any comparison. So if I were you, because I exist, I don't know what anyone else is doing out there, because I exist and you have access to the stuff that we're pursuing, then I would encourage anyone that's starting out, not saying that, my content won't still help you with houses. And, if I got any of my training that's catered to housing, still won't help you. Still will help you. But to answer that question, I know it took forever, Jessica. I would start with commercial. So, and I told, what is it, last week I told age, no, it was, what I was on last week. Was it this or, oh, it was on the private thing we do on Wednesday. I told Gosi, I said, no, it had to be Adrian because Gosi wouldn't have got it. It was Adrian last week, I guess. I said, don't ever let me talk about pastors, because you asked them, Pastor, when is the usher board meeting? And 30 minutes later, he still ain't gave you a time. So I'm turning into that. And I despise it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then 30 minutes later,
not that bad, but you can explain all.
Hey, man, it wasn't a yes or no, but almost. Like, what time is anyway? The better one is, should we wear white or should we wear black for this Sunday? Blah, blah, you know what I'm saying? He 30 minutes later, he ain't gave you the answer. He ain't gave you the black or yeah.
All right. Jasmine from YouTube said, how can I find cash buyers?
How can you find cash buyers? All right, there are a number of ways that you can find cash buyers. We're talking about houses. A simple thing you can do is through just networking. The internet is a very powerful tool, and Facebook groups can be very powerful, along with LinkedIn groups also. All right, so the simple thing you could do is just join whatever market you're trying to do deals in. Join those wholesaling houses, real estate investment groups, and people are going to post leads there. They're going to have all types of posts there. Some people just going to literally be holding their hand up. Hey, I'm an investor. We buy 10 houses a month. We buy in this area. We buy in this price range. We'll close as soon as we can get a clear title. Boom. Those are easy. Then people will post deals in there, and people will place similar information in the comment section of those deals. You can start building a buyer's list tonight for free, right? Now, obviously, you're going to reach out to those individuals and see what their buy box is. Now, when you reach out to the people, you never know what man, we got the heat on here. With not a heater in here, but the heat over the whole building is burning up. You know I'm hot if I'm saying it. I'm talking too much. I'm heated. But yeah, so whenever you reach out to them, just obviously respect their time. Don't sound like you're reading a questionnaire. You just want to make the connect. Ask them, is this the best time to have a quick conversation that you'll be able to provide leads from. You saw their Facebook post and see what they're looking to buy. Boom, go on to the next person. And if not the best time, find out when is the best time I can have, 5-minute conversation with you. It shouldn't even take that long unless they're talking. You just let them run or whatever. So then that's one free. I'm sorry.
I was about to say, to piggyback off of that, somebody asked, "How do you find cash buyers for land?" So would you do that the same way?
Well, yeah, you'll have land groups, but not as much. Now with land, now the way I've been taught to do land, you sort of do it without a buyers list. The way I've taught it and the success I've had, which been really good over the last 2 years, is that um okay, so the person that taught me, right, still teaching me in reality, is you what she'll do is she find the land, and a lot of times it's in an area that she's never done a deal before, and she'll do her evaluation, and then she'll reach out to a broker that does land. You know, he may do something else, but he does a lot of land. So she'll get their opinion on the deal. From there, then she'll market the property based on um, um, obviously price, you know, I don't know, it just depends on the land deal. If it's 100,000, she may market it at 40,000 and try to move it for maybe 70, you know, something like that. If she get in a contract for 40, try to move it for 70. And she'll just market the property. She'll put it on in all the normal places, Facebook Marketplace, Facebook groups, or whatever. So it's sort of it's not the same types of buyers, because whereas we're as wholesalers, when you're doing houses, most of the people that are buying from your investors, well, land is not the same way. People just buy land sometimes just to have it. Obviously, they'll buy for investment, but a lot of times it's a mixture. So it's just not the same. It's more about marketing. It's more about getting a really good deal if you get the right value on it, on what it's probably really worth, and obviously you're going to get it significantly less to make it attractive to people that they pull the trigger on it fairly quickly. And plus, with land, whereas with houses, you'll put them under contract 30 days or so. With land, nothing less than 60 days. Ideally, you want to try to put it under contract for probably about 90.
Okay. Um, Candy Reed, I think that's saying that right, on Instagram. They said, if I send you a house and the price, could you tell me if I should pursue it for my very first real estate purchase? I guess they're asking, like, you know how you used to evaluate do the ARV?
Yep, 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 yep.
How can they
Um,
go about letting you do that?
okay. Oh, if they want me to comp the property.
Yes.
You know what? I guess I still will do it. You know, you can text me and I'll send you the link. I don't even know what I used to tell people to text.
It might have been comp.
It might have been. You just have to just text me, tell me you want me to comp a property, and I'll send you the link. I think I was charging $35. I guess it's still that, or whatever. You just cash out me the 35, and I'll comp it for you, or whatever. So, but just make sure it's me. I'll throw up my cash app. Normally, what people do, I tell them to cash app $1 the first, just to make sure it's me. Because the worst thing you want to do is send that $35 and it's not my cash app. And then, you know, once I get the dollar, I'll probably just, you know, cash app it back to you and say, hey, this is Flip Man, blah blah blah, you know, boom. And then you text over your phone number. Then, you know, I know it's a little drawn out because I don't really have it set up, because I ain't gonna say it's a hassle. It's just something I just throw out there to do or whatever. I probably should charge more for it, but to make me want to do it or whatever. You know, 35, that's the days, you know, they don't, well, you know, just, but anyway, but that's how you do it. Just text me and I'll send you the instructions on it. But I can throw my cash up here right now. We love doing
Okay.
that.
I was looking for the thing. I don't see it.
Yeah, we love doing that. Yeah.
All right. It just dawned on me that I haven't been putting the questions on the screen for YouTube. Should I be doing that or
No, no,
no?
no,
Okay. Okay. Everything's different.
yeah,
Okay.
because I cut you've been seeing I cut the content
I
up for
know, for the content.
yeah.
All right. Let me go down. This one says, I saw a few people saying this. They texted PSA, but got the video link and not the PSA to download. How can I get the downloadable copy?
Okay, and that's sort of that's probably what I need to send, but I do that because people don't that you need the instructions, right?
Mhm.
And I'm really overworking my system here in the sense that um see, if you text contract, it's going to send you the link, right?
Yeah.
It's going to send you the link to the web, but you need to watch the video because you have to see.
You have to know what you're doing.
Well, yeah, no, but I don't, and it shouldn't frustrate me because most people don't have an issue with it, but nothing worse than, and I know everybody's not computer savvy. I get that. I'm talking like that's really not their thing. I get it,
Yeah.
but I'm it still be like, you still didn't listen. You couldn't have watched the video because I made it clear in the video it must be filled out online before you download it. You just can't download the blank copy. Right
Mhm.
now, we put a thing out there. If you just got it, if you just have to have a blank copy, Jessica, guess what we can do for you? You see that? And you just want a blank copy. Tyrone will send you a blank copy for a hot 20. Now, I'm telling you, it's free or whatever if you fill it out on digulator.com. But if that, you just got to hand to somebody. See, guys, my objective is to make it as easy as possible for you to get paid. I'm your guinea pig. I've been your guinea pig when you didn't know I was your guinea pig, right? It is a lot easier to email a contract over to somebody. It's rare people don't have email, rare, right? And then them signing it versus you putting it in their hands, right? And going through that questionnaire, you turn it into an attorney explaining it all, right?
Mhm.
I'm just telling you, that just comes from experience. Now, with that being said, my girl, the Netta, the one to make the 164, that's how she did her deal. She put the contract in the lady's hand or whatever. So who am I? What do I know? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
so, but anyway, so both work. I'm just saying, I don't have it set up that way. If you just gotta have it, hey, I think $20 worth my time to send a quick text message or email. So boom, yeah. So, but it's free. I'm letting you know it's free. If you watch the video, it explains how to access it as much as you want.
Okay, good. This one came from TikTok, and I wanted to read it because we have a lot of little fake pages on TikTok. So
Yeah.
someone said, be careful. I got a follow from a footman that I knew wasn't real. So make sure you be aware of that, especially on TikTok and especially on Instagram, because we have a few
I wonder how.
fake
Well,
pages. They don't do nothing but download the video and then they just screenshot
so
all the other stuff.
yeah. So what's the? You know what I'm saying? I'm sure they do
They
it with
may be
tons of
they
accounts.
may be X Flipman, but it would be like AS dot K Flipman.
Yeah. So
Like
you. Yeah.
they just
Yeah.
it's always a few of those.
Yeah, it's fair. Just be careful, guys. What I was going to ask you is that how can they confirm it's me or whatever? Because everybody don't hadn't followed enough of my content and don't know I have the phone number out there and all that stuff, and they, what I'm saying. So,
Yeah.
um, I don't know, but anyway, so just beware, guys.
All right. Someone on TikTok said his name's Logan. He said, I love what you're doing, brother. Always keep it up. Um And then he's commenting on the contracts and he said, get it to sign it on the phone if possible. It works so much better.
Oh, you mean like email it to them?
Hmm.
Oh, okay,
I,
yeah,
I believe so.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. I can go with that. You still got to fill it out, download, email it to them, boom, yeah, yeah. So you still got to go through
Yeah.
the process.
Yeah.
But I explained all that in the video.
All right. This one says, hey, Ty, can you go over how you can work out property tax and mortgage when wholesaling? And what is the minimum amount of days to wholesale property that is set to be auctioned?
Okay, let's cover the first part first.
First question. Okay. Can you go over how to work out property tax and mortgage when wholesaling?
How to work out the property taxes and mortgages. Well, I sort of explained it a little while ago, but I'll go over it again. So whenever someone comes up with a price, normally they're giving you a price that's going to cover anything that they owe normally, right? And so, so what happens is whenever you close on a property, and I use that term like everybody knows what it is. So whenever a seller and a buyer sit down, or however it's done with an attorney or a title company or escrow company to make the transaction happen, the seller selling it to the buyer, that's called a closing. All right. So at closing, before we get to closing, I guess pre-closing, the title company or attorney has already done all the research on the property to know what's owed on it. So whenever everybody gets, we have the closing set and it's taking place, the buyer has submitted the funds, or lender, however the money has come. The people that's owed, those checks get cut first. Those wires or checks or whatever get cut first. Then the seller, the wholesaler, get your money. So they're going to get their money first. Not literally going to get it, but it's going to be taken in account first before any money is dispersed to the seller and the wholesaler. That happens just over and over and over again. All right. The other part of the question was what, Jessica?
The other part is, what's the minimum amount of days to wholesale a property that's set to be auctioned?
What's the minimum amount of days? It just depends on the auction date. So there's no way I can answer that. It depends on the auction day. Obviously, it needs to happen before the auction. And if it's a property that's, I'm assuming, being auctioned because it's a pre-foreclosure, meaning the person has stopped paying and the bank is going through the foreclosure process, or they set an auction date to finalize the foreclosure, then you need to have made that connection with that owner to stop the auction by making a deal happen, whether you're going to purchase or you're going to wholesale it to someone that is going to purchase it. So, but I can't tell you a minimum of days because it depends on when the auction date is.
All right. This one came from Facebook, and I won't say your first name because I don't want to get it wrong, but last name Bloodworth. They said, "Hey, Flipman, do you have a favorite filter you like to use for the highest success rate when finding properties?"
Is there a filter I like to use for the highest success rate when trying to find properties? Now, I'm assuming you referred to some of the tools like Batch Leads or PropStream. So I build most of my list in PropStream. That's just not just one better than the other, just more me being familiar with it, been using it a lot longer. Tired Landlords is number one on the quick list choices. Free and Clear is probably number two. Senior Owners is number three. I don't really worry about a property being vacant or not. It doesn't matter to me. I would prefer to be vacant, but it's not a deal breaker by no means. So those are probably the top three when dealing with houses anyway. So.
Okay. I was kind of scrolling through and I lost my spot. This one says, "Are you going to do any land deal videos?"
Probably eventually. I've been fortunate to do deals because I had a lot of help with them. I don't know if I'm comfortable enough to do it as far as the evaluation of it. I wish I could. I wish my partner that does deals with me, but she's not interested in sharing that knowledge. But she's a beast, one of the best, smartest real estate investors I've ever been involved with. So I'm not comfortable enough to put that out there for you guys. But in reality, that's why I created Zomps originally, was to help evaluate land. And sometimes it makes it very easy to do that. And she actually uses Zomps, but sometimes it's not or whatever. So that's probably the biggest holdup on me putting out content on land in any great number, because I'm still really just not as comfortable as I would like to be on what am I trying to say? Just
like educating people on it.
Educating the people on land. There you go, black girl smart. Yeah, that.
Okay. Let's see. This one came from Wendell Wilcox on YouTube. He said, "Hey Ty, I texted Minnie and I got the link, but I thought a script came with it. Does a script come with it?"
Yeah, when you text Minnie, the link it should send you right to the website. Send you right to my website, Storage Snowball. You fill out the form, and then the link come to your email for the script. Yeah.
All right, all right, all right.
Okay.
Let's see. This one says, "Hey Ty, I find it pretty easy when I'm cold calling for storage properties to find commercial properties." Okay, so that might help somebody.
Yeah, like it's different, man. Just a whole different ball game or whatever. You still gonna get rude people, whatever. That's just the game we play or whatever. But yeah, it's different. I love the activity a lot of you guys have generated, with that opportunity. So yeah.
All right, this one came from Teresa on Facebook. She said, "How can I find the builder of a property that is some years old?"
Of the Okay, how can they find the builder? Does she mean the owner? You think?
Um,
When you say builder, I'm thinking in terms of the contractor that built.
Contractor, yeah,
Yeah. So do you mean she may need to clear that up? Do you mean the owner, Brenda? I think you said her name was.
Teresa.
I mean, God, dog, Tyrone. Um, Teresa.
Terrible.
I,
Okay.
I used to work with this years
Oh Lord.
ago. I used to
The
work
little
with
chick.
well, I guess you say that, but I used to work with the lady named Teresa. Me, I went out a couple. I can't think of her last name for nothing. I know her first name. That's something, ain't it?
Want to know these people names after so long?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right. This one says, "Do you have any contracts dealing with land?" I know you do, so you could just.
Yeah. So it's on digulator.com. Same place
Yeah.
you get the contract that you get for houses is still on digulator.com.
Can they get
Let me back up. I'm assuming people know what I mean. I don't promote Digulator like I used to, and
That's why I was,
yeah.
you know.
So let's spell that right. So you know how
Okay.
to spell calculator, CALC. Remove the CALC and replace it with DEAL, deal you later. You get it? Deal you
Mhm.
later. Digulator.com.
Teresa, she said no, the builder. So I'm guessing she's thinking the contractor.
Yeah.
How would you?
Oh my God. Man, I never thought about that. I guess they had to pull permits or whatever. Somebody had to pull permits, and that would be public record, I would assume. So you would probably have to start at the county level to see if you can find the history of that process of of permits and the what they call it when they come out and the inspections that go along with it through different
Yeah.
stages of the construction. So
All right, this one came from Instagram. They said, "Hey Flip, I have a house under contract that has a squatter in it. The seller is going to pay the squatter 10K out of his proceeds from the sale to leave, but the squatter needs time to leave. How can I structure this so that the end buyer gets the property vacant?" Basically, how can he make sure that the squatter gets up
well,
out of?
I, yeah, you're gonna have to probably invest in that squad of getting moved out if they got anything to move out, right? So they're gonna probably have to get a little change up front or whatever to do so. Going through a situation where these are not squad, these are just tenants that don't want to move. Going through a situation on a matter of fact, I was texting the owner just a moment ago on a fourplex in Los Angeles right now. You know, we ready to do the deal, buyer ready to do the deal, but he want them out before he does the deal. And each tenant is going to get 10 grand to move out of it. That's 40 big ones, right? But only one of them has moved out. The other ones refused to because her rent is all the rents are below $1,000 in Long Beach. I think Long Beach. That's just not possible, right? And
Right.
so they don't have for them they don't have they don't have anywhere to go or whatever. And initially she sort of felt bad about it to even do it, but after the way they acted, she don't feel bad about it no more. You know what I'm saying? Cause they're showing her who they care about, which is obviously themselves, but but dang, they didn't had a free lunch for years because
Oh
their
yeah.
rent all of them been there for years, and their rents are below $1,000. So they not even leaving with only one of them has moved out, and only she probably did because she was already living with her boyfriend, right? So that was just free money she's going to get. She can't get it until the rest of them, get in line. But on that squatter situation, you're gonna have to spend probably some money to get them out of there, initially, and then they can get the rest of the money or whatever. So,
Mm. Can you find the commercial contracts on dealator.com also?
I don't have any that I put out there or anything
Okay.
on that. So yeah. And I want to
I,
show you guys. I was hoping somebody wanted to do a comp or something, but I guess I'm going to have to just make up something. But I want to show you guys. I guess I can go ahead and show you before we get into the topic. We're still a little ways from the topic, but I want to show you guys how I created uh, uh, a GPT on, to help you determine if you have a deal or not. Now we have the calculators on Zomps and Dealator.com, but this may help some others because it explains to you how it got to that number, and that may help more people more because, and from my experience of dealing with the number of people that I've dealt with over the last, I guess almost 16 years now, 15 and a half years, is that most people never really do a deal, or they give up on this because they don't figure out one thing: what makes a great deal or not. Because if you don't ever get that part, it's going to be very difficult to just do real estate deals, period, but especially as a wholesaler. So I put, just using AI, I put that tool together. I'm gonna show it. I guess I'll show it to you guys. Now, some of you all, I'm assuming most people are familiar with Chat GPT, and they have the free version, which you can use. It's pretty good for most things. But then, and I didn't know this, to put a GPT together, and I've been paying for the plus plan. It's $20 a month, but it's more than worth it. Once you see it, I think it'll be more than worth it to you guys to use it or whatever. But you got another question or something?
yeah. This one says, how many calls should I make in a day when cold calling?
At least 200 to 300. At least. Now, if you're using your actual cell phone, you may 50 will be a lot. But if you have a dialer, if you could text the word dialer to 205-964-5243, it won't be difficult to knock those out. A minimum of 200 to 300.
All
Thank
right.
you.
This one says, can you provide tips on finding a good market for wholesaling? How do you know you found a good place to even do it?
Wow, boy, so much data out there. My main thing is this: if there's enough people in a market, it's normally going to be a good market. Now, some cities can be a little have more transactions than others or whatever, but for the most part, if you're in any decent sized city, houses are being bought and sold every day. Every day.
Mm-hmm. Let's
But there's
see.
but there's data out there that you can look up to see the number of sales and all that kind of stuff, and you can base that on the compared to the actual population, the percentage of sales on the. So you can look at stuff like that. But at the end of the day, people uh, people die in Minneapolis just like they do in Chattanooga or whatever. People get divorced in Chattanooga just like they do in Minneapolis. I can just go on and on. Just life creates opportunities, guys. You just have to make sure people that own real estate know you exist.
All right, this one says, I saw a hotel that's vacant and I'd like to see if I could partner with you. How can they do that?
Yeah. Damn, what's the code for that? Just. So I think it's
I don't even remember.
keys. I think it's keys.
Yeah, I thought it is keys. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's keys. KEYS. If you text that, that'll give you some instructions on how to do that. To 205-964-5243.
All right, this one says, this is a good question. It says, why do sellers lead you on like they're motivated when they're really not? And he says he asked for my underwriting formula and got mad because I think like the bank.
Okay, so if someone's having that conversation, if a seller started talking in terms of underwriting and all this stuff, Mm, they're not motivated. They're just somebody want to sell. You know, it's gonna be rare that you're gonna get a price that works for you. They just don't talk in those terms, right? Underwriting, how you analyze they just don't talk like that. Not motivated sellers. People that just want to sell, yeah, okay, because they're trying to get maximum price or whatever. That's not who you're looking for. Don't identify all sellers as motivated sellers. If you talk to 100 people that want to sell, maybe 3 to 5 of those are motivated sellers. So that other 95 to 97 of those are not. And that's normal.
All right, this one says, how and where in LinkedIn to network with cash buyers? I guess, like, how do you use LinkedIn to network with people? Do you join groups on LinkedIn, or what
Yeah,
you do?
you're gonna join groups. You're gonna join groups
Okay.
and be active. And just be active in those groups.
Yeah, I might have to just search for wholesale and see who come up. Look on people
Well,
pages.
you're going to look for real estate investing in most cases. You can look for wholesaler groups also, but specifically, it might be short term rentals or rental properties. Just those type search terms that are related to residential investing, and you're just going to see tons of groups that are going to pop up that you can join or whatever. So. And some of them are going to be, I don't think well, some of them are going to be more catered to a particular market also, which is good because that can allows you to identify specific areas that you want to target. But yeah, just use the search toolbar.
All right, this one's from Instagram. They said, I already bought your course, but how much is the accelerator part?
This accelerator, I think the what is the cost right now? I think it's $750 for the accelerator. That's the weekly meetup we have on Wednesdays, along with the private group that we have also. And you get a little more access to me beyond that. I make sure I provide that too. But right now it's $750. Anyone interested in that, to join the private group on Wednesdays, you can just text me and I'll send you the link to sign up if you're interested in that. I meant to say that earlier, but thank you. One of my siblings probably brought it up for me.
All right. They said, can you give the number again so they can text keys?
Oh, it's 205-492-3425. If you what was that on TikTok or Instagram somewhere?
Instagram.
Okay, yeah. 205-964-5243. They should be able to see it on the screen.
Okay. Let's
You see
see.
it on Instagram, right?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. All right.
This one says, this is from Instagram too. They said, what if a realtor asks for a pre-approval and I couldn't provide one?
Okay, so what if a real estate agent asks for a pre-approval letter or proof of funds? That's common. That's why if you don't know what you're doing, stay away from realtors, especially as a wholesaler now, uh, because they'll discourage you. Like in this business, you can't do that. This is illegal. So I have no idea what they're talking about. But this is your expectation with dealing with realtors. They're normally going to want a minimum earnest money deposit. Maybe you can get away with $500, but normally they're expecting at least $1,000 or more. And they're going to want proof of funds or pre-approval letter, same thing, or whatever. So there are services that offer proof of funds out there or whatever. But in reality, if you're asking that question, dealing with agents is just different. Just think about it. People now, let me just say this. People run their entire operation dealing with nothing but listed properties, but they know what they're doing. For someone starting out, I don't suggest that. You could get discouraged right out of the business dealing with real estate agents because they can be very discouraging, especially for wholesalers, which in reality, wholesalers should be their best friend because that means that's continuous business. They don't look at it like that, right? But anyway, what can I do? So, but dealing with a real estate agent, just think about it. The more the property sells for, the more they make because they're on commission, right? The cheaper you get the property for, the more you make. You all are, you know how you have some magnets, and I think one side of, if you flip it on one side and they'll stick together, but then you flip them on the other side, they'll go apart. That's you and an agent, right? Because they need to sell it high to make the most money. You need to get it low to make the most money. So again, you can still get past that. I'm just letting you know what the expectation should be, not including that earnest money deposit. You know, they're only going to use their contract, which is not that big of a deal, and the proof of funds, which, you know, that's something you can jump over too. But it's just difficult because you lose control of the property. You have somebody else's, I say, control of the property. You lose a lot of control as far as dealing with the owner directly when someone else his voice is in their ear, which is the agent. Could be. But again, some people run their entire operation that way and make a lot of money. But for newbies, I strongly don't suggest dealing with real estate agents unless you know what you're doing.
All right. This one came from TikTok. They said, is wholesaling really still very profitable and as easy as you say with zero money?
Okay, so in the famous words of Fred G. Sanford, allow me to answer your last question first. I don't even know, what was his last question? I'm trying to be cute.
Is it as profitable as you say?
Yes, it is, but it's not easy. It is not easy. Some deals can be easy, but just doing it is not, especially for someone starting out. It is not easy. Now, my personal experience, but I'm not a good example. It happened for me very quickly, but that's not normal. That's not normal. When I say quickly, I bought a course in January of 2003. Took me about 3 weeks to go through it all because it was more than a wholesale course. It was lease options, subject to, fix and flip, rentals. You know, it was a lot of stuff. I went from knowing zero about real estate, being bombarded with all this information. So it took me about 3 weeks. So basically the first week of February, I bought some bandit signs and put them out. The first week of March, I was picking up a check. That's not normal. That's not normal. So that's not normal. But your expectation should be, all right, let's just say this. A lot of people, when they start businesses, a lot of times you don't see a profit for a couple of years, depending on the business, sometimes longer. That's other stuff you start online. You start saying money or meter, but I'm just saying. All right, so your expectations should be, if I can close a deal within the first 90 days to 180 days, which is 3 to 6 months, you're going to be above average, right? But if it takes longer, cool. People go to school for 4 years, 5 years, in my case 7, and get a degree with the hopes of getting a job, depending on the degree, of course. The hopes of getting a job, unless you're in the medical field. What else, Jessica? Medical field. What's guaranteed when you get out for the most part? Medical field, maybe something IT, I guess.
Yeah,
what
engineer,
else? Engineering, maybe accounting, maybe accounting.
Yeah.
Maybe. I wouldn't even say attorneys are guaranteed when they get out. Would you say that? Because so many of them?
Yeah, but I think, don't you have to do a whole lot more in between then?
Yeah, I guess teaching, you pretty much guaranteed.
Yeah.
But it's a lot more of them that ain't. That's the point I'm getting to.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So just think about that now. You spend all that time, and then the amount of debt you're in.
Hallelujah.
Right? Whenever you finish. Not everybody, but a good number of us, a lot of debt that you're in. Right. So just think about that. Now you spent that 4 years, 5 years, 6, whatever number, and with the hopes of getting a job. And so the expectations need to be tempered. Now, the great thing about this, those people, some of those same people that went to school, and you get in this, you can do one deal and make their entire salary for a year. Of course, that's the title part of the thumbnail on this actual video, on this video. You know what I'm saying? That's real. You know, that thumbnail is real. One deal, 1 year's pay. That's real. So you tell me if it's worth it. So I had I did an interview with a lady out of the DC area. I'm a girl name is Jazz. Um now I would have gave up. I can already tell you. It took her so before I even come out with this, I would
I
have gave
remember this one. Yeah.
3 years, $285,000 payday. So let's divide that by 3. That's still what, over 90 grand, 90 grand a year if you want to do it that way. 285,000 on one deal. So that shouldn't be your expectations 3. I'm just like it ain't your expectation to do one in 30 days. Shouldn't be an expectation to do one in 3 years. I'm just saying it's just going to be different because nobody moves the same. The way you retain information, the markets that you're targeting, all that stuff, those are just factors that you just can't account for or whatever. So be life changing though.
Oh yeah. All right. This one came from YouTube. They said, "Can you wholesale self storage that has an agent connected to it in
You
California, or
of
does
course
it have to be off market?"
Of course you can. You just need to have the right buyer in place to make that happen, or whatever. If an agent is involved, and didn't say that about residential real estate agent. If you got the right buyers in place that don't really care where the deal's going, then yeah. But a lot of these buyers, they just I don't know. They just not all of them by no means, but a good number of them they trip if if you if you have if it's a property that's listed. But that also just gives you you lose a lot of control with that. Like so, if you have the right buyer, then it's no big deal. But if you don't, if you're trying to do this, trying to put the property under contract, then go try to find a buyer, oh, that's tough. That's tough. If it's listed, that's tough. That's tough.
So this is kind of the same question. Ricardo Stevens, he said a vacant motel is listed for sale. If I could get them to take it off market, will you deal with it?
Yeah. Now let me just say this. Now, when they say it's off market, it doesn't need to be advertised anywhere on the internet. Now, clearly, all right. But I still prefer that if a broker's involved, it just makes it just makes it tougher, man. Because we're going to normally use brokers to find buyers. In some case, we can go direct to buyers for sure, but brokers they know it's a small world, and that's a small world or whatever. So, just not my preference, man. Just not too many other opportunities out there. I know you want to get the what appears to be the low hanging fruit, but it's really not. It's really up higher, So as a wholesaler, your real value is finding stuff that everybody else don't know about. If it's on the internet already, everybody know about it. Again, you got the right buyer, then yeah. I don't have no buyers like that right now. So take back with me later.
All right. This one came from Benita on YouTube. She said, "I've never done any wholesaling, but I currently have 5 properties I paid cash for,
Oh,
4 rentals, and an Airbnb. I'm ready to make my next move. What do you suggest I do to get my next property?"
okay. I would need a little bit more context on the type of properties that you're purchasing, what price point, what your end goal as far as what type of return you want out of those properties on an annual basis. All of those things to factor in. If you're paying cash, you're bringing finances to the table. Are you open to doing something different than just residential? A lot of those things would help. If you text me, what was her name?
Benita.
Bonita, love to have a conversation with you. Maybe we can do some stuff together, whatever. Give you some different ways to look at things or whatever. So,
All right. This one came from Willie Boston on YouTube. He said, "What's the best way to find consistent deals, please?"
what's the best way to find consistent deals? I'm assuming he's referring to houses again. The best way to find consistent deals is to be consistent.
Oh,
I,
that's a word.
Choose a method of marketing, maybe 2, right? and stick with it on a daily basis, at least 5 days. I want to say 6 of actual making it happen. You got to be consistent. That's the best way. Now, once you make some money, you want to compound your efforts or add another layer of lead generation that's different than what you're already doing. But the best way to do consistent deals is to be consistent.
All right, this one says, Flipman, is it hard to wholesale commercial virtually from my laptop?
No, that's the beautiful thing about it. It's the hard to wholesale commercial virtually from their laptop. That's the beautiful thing about it. You see that thing scrolling down here, say split six figures with me, X mini, all that's done from the laptop. That's what I love about it, is that the few deals that we've done, I hadn't seen one of the properties yet, with my own eyeballs live, outside of what I've seen online or whatever. That's what I love about it. Now, you can do the same thing with houses. It's just, number one, you're going to be doing the same thing in reality. It just takes a little long to get paid. But the buyers are everywhere. You're like, literally, whereas if you had a house in, like, we're trying to do a self-storage deal in Potsdam, New York, I couldn't wholesale a house there. It's a self-storage facility. I couldn't wholesale a house there. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We got one in I can't even think of the name of. I'm trying to think of some of these small towns we've dealt with. But anyway, point being, I couldn't hold a house in those markets because the towns are too small. There's not going to be enough activity. But with commercial, different ball game. Can be.
All right. This is a good question. It says, which states don't require capital gains on property sold?
Oh, I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. That's a good question. You're asking a CPA level question, and that I'm not. I graduated with a history degree, 2.2 grade point, valid pass.
In history?
Well, actually, if you just want to get technical,
Overall,
probably my history numbers were probably a little higher. Just other stuff I was taking one, and that was like, after being in college probably about 4 plus almost 5 years, I finally went to see my counselor. She said, "Well, if you continue to pursue this finance degree," and I don't even know why I chose that, just sounded good. You continue to pursue this finance degree, it's going to take you another 3 years.
Are you good at math?
They don't teach you that. That ain't how that work, man. They teach you stuff.
Ain't that a lot of math classes?
They don't teach you. It's not like that. From my memory, it's been a minute, over 30 years ago. It's not like that. It's not. It's a lot of concepts and stuff like that. It's not.
Okay.
All that stuff is a joke, man. But anyway, but all my electives were in history. Not all of them, but the majority of them. And that's never been a struggle for me because it's basically telling a story, right? Date, time, place, and something else I'm missing. Who can't remember that? You know what I'm saying? So she said, but if you change your major to history, you could be done in less than a year and a half. I say, sign me up.
Oh my God.
And you'll have a business administration minor. Yeah, well, boom, there you go.
You was out.
My mama didn't care. I could have had a underwater basket weaving degree. She'd have been cheesing on graduation day just like she was. She didn't care.
What did you think you was gonna do though with your degree?
The entrepreneur bug had already hit me. I already knew that wasn't going to be, at the end of the day. Now, I still work. That was 95 when I graduated college, and so,
Oh wow,
he wasn't even born.
I was too.
Hey, hey, look here. So just I just gonna get out and I'll probably, see, the whole time I was in college, I always worked like a minimum of two jobs, most
Mhm.
times three or four. I don't even know how
Yeah.
I was doing it. Like going to school, had a full-time crazy girlfriend, gambling,
Oh God.
gambling every day. I don't even know how I did it
Hey.
every day, like every day.
Oh my
As,
God.
as broke as we were, every day.
I wasn't gonna say that, but was like, with what?
Like boy, that third day of class when them Pell Grants and student loans would go out. Ooh, you thought you was in Vegas.
That is
Oh,
bad.
man, about a month strong, boy. Ooh, boy, it's a
That's bad, but that's so true. When the refund checks hit,
oh,
everybody
that's
got new clothes
so
on.
beautiful. Oh my God. Mm,
Yeah,
mm, mm. But anyway, so we digress.
right. Okay, this one came from Lynette on YouTube. She said, I have a property in North Carolina that's for sale by owner. I'm nervous that I will scare them off, but I want to go after it. What's the best advice, or how would I go about partnering with you?
Okay, so what type of property is it? Did she say?
It's for sale by owner.
Oh, it's a house.
I don't know. I'm assuming so.
Okay. Well, yes. Well, okay, so it's for sale by owner, Lynette, she said. Just
Hmm.
give them a call. At the end of the day, Lynette, the only way you're gonna get over your fears, you got to start interacting with sellers. Now, this is not as challenging as a cold call because they are actively trying to sell the property. So whenever you reach out to them, say, hey, I'm calling about your property. I saw your for sale sign. Is it still available? Yes. All right. Do you have a moment to discuss your property? May be interested in buying it. Yes. All right. How many bedrooms and bath did it? Assuming you don't already know that. 3 bedroom, 2 bath. All right. Could you give me the age of the roof of the property when the last time it was replaced? 8 years ago. The heating and air. I'm assuming it has a system. Yes. Last time it was replaced 15 years ago. All right. Has there been any recent updates or repairs to the property that you like to share? Yeah, we basically renovated the entire property. Okay. Unless you know the price, unless the price is on the sign. So you still want to ask them, why are you selling? Why are you considering selling at this time? They give you their reason, blah, blah, blah. That should open up some dialogue, maybe a little rapport. All right. Is there any unpaid mortgages or liens are on the property that I need to be aware of? Yeah, we have a loan on it, but it'll be paid off when we close on it. Boom. Okay. Well, paying all cash and closing quickly, what's the least amount you'll accept for it? Well, we're asking 179 for it, but we're open to offers. All right. So, hey, well, give me if I don't call you back today, I'll call you back tomorrow, make an offer. Hopefully we can create a win-win. All right, thanks. Boom. That just like that.
Hmm. Hopefully they're nice.
Oh, they're
That's
gonna
all.
be they should be nice because they're actively trying to sell it. Now that's a cold
Sometimes
call,
they don't be nice.
huh?
Sometimes they still don't be nice.
Oh no, it still don't be nice because you never know when you call somebody what's going on in that at that particular time and
Right.
during the day or whatever. They should be nice. Like I say, they're trying to sell it. You know what I'm saying? So people gonna be reaching out to you or whatever.
Right.
So
All right, this is a good one on Instagram. He said, it's kind of long, but he said, I've been doing bandit signs for a while now. I recently locked into putting out 200 signs a week. It paid off, and I'm
ooh,
closing deals with over 100K in assignments and escrow right now. I really like inbound leads. What can I look into to get more inbound leads besides bandit signs? And do you
boy, he,
teach these methods?
he's clowning. So
Yeah,
you got 100 over 100K in assignment fees. He putting out 200 a week. You are clowning.
yeah.
That's Gator. What my Gator? Oh,
It's in the other room.
yeah. I found talking about they stink. Do they smell to you? You can smell
I
them.
don't. I never have smelled that. I don't know why she say that,
They smell
and
to
why is she smelling it?
I don't know. I guess you put your nose up close enough, you probably would,
I've
smell
never
something.
done it before. I've never just. She think it smells just sitting on the table. I don't know.
Anyway, but she in the wrong bit. We need hunt people. Hey,
That's a foreign nose.
she could have found Carla Russell that night. Yeah, we put her out. I ain't gonna say that's just a Birmingham joke. People know. But anyway, I'm just jokes. You put yourself out there. You know what I'm saying? Them just jokes. Hey, dude, that's local to us. All right. Anyway, so what were we talking about? The band 200 a week.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
crazy.
oh,
That's crazy.
oh, that's Gator. So
Yeah.
that's gonna. Hey, whew. They can't. Hey, would you put them out that many? They can't even take them down fast enough.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, I ain't even never thought about it like that. You putting out so many, they can't even take them down fast enough, even if they wanted to, right? You're gonna get results out of it, is my point, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, so it produced. So to answer his question, you just got me excited about that. So he likes inbound calls. So what he means is not cold calling. I guess that's the only one that's not inbound. Well, text message wouldn't be inbound either. So inbound would be that you're marketing on you have a website and you're marketing with Google AdWords. Now that's pricey, but you'll have the war chest to do it. Now those are leads even better than bandit signs, right? Because they have literally picked up their phone or went on their laptop or desktop and said, sell my house fast, Tampa. Sell my house fast, whatever city. They're looking. And so your ad pops up and boom, they fill out the form or call you or whatever. Those work, but it's expensive though, right? But again, it's the trade-off. It's a higher quality lead at the same time too, or whatever. So and then Facebook ads, they can work. We sort of figured it out. We hadn't done it in a minute, because we were pursuing this commercial stuff. But those are going to be the other inbound leads that you get, because basically Facebook is like a bandit sign. You can look at it in that terms. It's like a bandit sign, because with a bandit sign, people are not looking to sell their house until they see your message. Well, you hadn't hit that bell until they see your message. Same thing with Facebook, where with Google AdWords, they actually did a search saying that they want to sell the house and your ad pops up. So those are two. I would love to hear more detail on that though, man. But putting out 200 a week, I don't normally like to. I normally tell people 50, and I normally tell what people to do. Don't even do that many, because you want to test your market. You may have already did that. You probably tested it to build up to that number or whatever. But you put out so many that, and if you were doing it for I don't know how many weeks you were doing it, it was just hard for them to catch up. When I say damn, the haters, the city, and whoever just pulling them down or whatever. I ain't suggesting people just go out and do that, because, I have done that too, and all of them, a good number will come down. But if he was doing it consistently and most of them stand up, it was just a matter of time. It was just a matter of time. Now, you obviously you're going to keep doing that because that's working for you. But that's impressive, man. Love to hear that. That's what I'm talking about. See, that's why I can't tell people that you could do deals this time frame, because I don't know what you're going to do. See, somebody like this person, they went above the beyond.
Right.
Tyrone, Flip Man, and others, they put out banners. A lot of people don't even talk about banner signs, but I have over the years. He put out banners and he went to the next level on it. 100K in assignment fees, where to close. Hopefully you can close all those, man. Half of them will be good. 25% of them, you're killing it. 25,000 out of that 100, you're killing it. All 100, hey, you're a master. You're Zen or whatever they call it.
I wonder what's his I would like to know what his process is. Like, are you driving and then they hop out, put the sign up?
Or you put them out this gator like I used to do for years. Doing it itself. I don't know. Yeah. Comment on that, man. Or come on the live stream and let us talk about that. I guess we need to get in the topic, Joe. We've been in an hour and 20. Dude.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
God, I want you to stick around, because I'm gonna show you the new AI tool to help you figure out deals, and it's free from me. It's just ChatGPT charged $20 a month to use the plus version, but trust me, it'll be worth it. But Now,
real fast. I'm gonna just read you what he said. He
yeah,
said, "Thanks, Flip means a lot coming from you." He does 40 a day, 5 days a week.
that'll do it, Jessica.
That'll do it.
That'll do it, Jessica.
That'll do it.
Hey, that's easy math right there. Hey,
Yeah,
5 times 40, that's 200.
yeah,
Huh? That's
yeah.
impressive.
Oh
What
yeah.
city, my man? Man, I wish you to come on. What
He's
city?
on Instagram.
Huh?
He's on Instagram.
Oh no, he on Instagram.
Um,
Golly. Oh man. Okay, but yeah, 200. Yeah, that'll do it. 40
yeah.
a day, 5 days a week.
He's
That's
in
right.
Philly.
In Philadelphia?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, oh man. Oh man. That's impressive. That's impressive. Hey, okay, so I was trying to create a keyword here. See, I ain't even using that no more. Let me see.
He
Uh,
said he's been watching you for a while and he's come on a few times before.
what's his name? What's his name?
It's Dave Eman, maybe Dave Emmanuel.
And he's been on the live stream.
That's what he said. I'm gonna take a screenshot so when we get off, I'm gonna send it to you.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Want a so I can DM. Well, we can DM. We can hook up or whatever.
Yeah.
Just DM me, man. Just DM me. Just DM me. 200 signs guy, Dave. Um. I'm trying to set up this text message thing real quick. Go ahead and read another question.
All right. Let's see. I kind of lost my place. This one says, Flip, you're so right about trying to start out wholesaling through a realtor. I had one tell me he had a great outlet for wholesalers, and then once we talked, he was trying to get me to get a realtor's license.
Hey, the game been good to me. Uh,
Let's see. Um, how can they forward you self storage deals so that you can partner with them?
what you'll do is you'll go to if you text the word mini, MINI, to 205-964-5243, it's going to send you to my website and it's going to give you instructions on it.
All right, this one says, I remember when I closed my first deal and watching you years ago when you used to start your video saying Tyrone Taylor, LOL. Thank you for all of your help and I appreciate everything.
Oh, that's old school right there, man. Hey, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. No problem. Thank you,
Um,
sir.
Someone asked, is this your only Instagram? Yes, it is. The other ones are fake.
The other ones are fake.
Let's see. Are you interested in an operational assisted living facility?
I don't even know how to evaluate those. I guess I could take a look at it or whatever and maybe get some help, but I don't know how to evaluate those. I don't know how to evaluate those.
All right, what's the best way to find off market warehouses?
Um, you could try to build a list for those, depending on the tool that you're using. PropStream will build a list for you or whatever. You could just probably put in some parameters as far as the minimum square footage and maybe the lot that comes with it, meaning the acreage that it's sitting on. But you could build a list there for sure. Just choosing by the county.
All right, let's see. Someone asked what's the state the guy putting 200 bandit signs from? He's in Philly.
He's in Philadelphia.
Someone also asked what is the Instagram account? It's just at X Flipband.
Yeah.
Let's see. Ashley Turner says she's doing 100 to 150 signs.
Okay. Oh, that's my girl Ash. What's happening, Ash?
What's a good number for calling commercial properties a week?
Um, a week. Ideally, no different than houses. Ideally, you want to be probably doing 200 to 300 calls a day. Ideally.
Mm-hmm. All right. Cheryl Tolbert, she said, I just want to learn how to do some deals. I've been searching for years, but I've not learned this secret of how to get some deals. What's the secret?
Well, it's really not a secret, as you may say. My man Dave just sort of gave you one of his the method, and he always he possibly can get paid up to 100K deals that are pending. So it's all about generating leads. What was her name?
Uh, Child, I don't know. I had to scroll up. Cheryl.
Cheryl. Yeah, that's it.
Let's see. Okay, the guy who had asked about like I guess the self storage unit, they said they have a buyer. Can they forward the deal to you so we can partner on it once the buyer is on the hook?
Oh, okay. Wait, say that again. Say it again. Say it again.
They have a buyer for a self storage unit. Can I forward the deal to you so we can partner on it once the buyer is on the hook?
Does he mean a seller?
Yeah, because if you got the buyer, I mean,
I'm not understanding if he has the buyer on the hook. Does he mean you got a seller and a buyer in place? I'm not sure what he means by that.
yeah. Let's see. Can Zomps be used for CRE?
No, cause it's I take that back. My bad. We use it to build lists for self storage and hotels, motels. So yeah, to build list. If you text the word mini, I show you how to do that.
All right. This one says, "What's the best list to pull?"
Um, the best list to pull, I guess, for houses. As I went through before, we said I like tired landlords, senior owners, and free and clear.
Okay. Let me go to TikTok. This one's it's kind of broad, but they said, "Please explain your training. How do you train people for
How do we
free?"
train?
Mm-hmm.
They say, how do we do it now?
How do you? It says, "Please explain your training."
Well, the training now, of course, the weekly training is a group. So you get a course along, you get access to the weekly group training that we have on Wednesday evenings. All right, then you have access to the community in school, skool.com, to network with me and other people in the group. So you get all the support. You're gonna have the training. You get the support from me and my team, and also others in the group. So you have everything. You have the foundation and the tools to succeed. Everything else is left on you.
All right. They said, "What do you think about the market in Charlotte, North Carolina?"
The market is, from what I hear, it's hot. From what I hear.
Let's see. Antoine Washington said, "Do I introduce earnest money bidding?"
He say does he do what now?
Do I introduce earnest money bidding?
I'm not sure what he means by
I
that.
don't know about the bidding, but would they have to bring up earnest money, or whether are they gonna pay it or not?
Oh, I'm not sure what he means by that.
All right. I don't know. I
Well,
see Clarence Smith. I
yeah.
was about to say I see them in the chat, but they haven't turned their camera on.
Okay, so we're going to go over the course anyway. I mean, over the what's the name anyway. Um, so anyway, so tonight's topic. Let me make sure I finish this. 2, 5, 9, 6, 4. 243 should have had that ready to go. Oh boy, 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 boy. All right, so it says, oh dang. Should I copy that? And let me just delete this here. Okay, so now add the banner. All right. All right. Okay, guys. So tonight's topic, you see the thumbnail, one deal, 1 year's pay. All right. See the money falling out of the sky from the building that AI generated for me. All right. So anyway, so of course, I've been, just on this commercial real estate thing for the last few weeks or whatever, because, that's really where I want to take my content. We'll still be doing the houses for sure, as far as, helping you guys with that. But, you're going to have the opportunity to do what a lot of people are not helping others do or whatever, from what I know out there. So the thing, like we provide a list and, help people, and we'll still do some of that for sure. But some of you guys want to do your own thing, you know what I'm saying? And I get that. So, and I've been asked about it. So, I thought about it for the last 3 or 4 weeks on, just to put it out there. And so, we're only going to do it if you all show the demand that you want it. So, now I pay for a lot of tools that are very expensive, and I can leverage some of that information that, lists that we built, over time that you can access, the stuff that we already have in the pipeline. So if you tell me, say, Ty, I want multifamily buyers, apartment buyers in the state of Texas, right? Okay, so normally we're going to give you a cap on how many we'll do. We'll definitely do up to 500. We'll do more or whatever. You just have to pay for it. So if you want that, we'll send you I'm going to give you instructions on how to email me and request what you're looking for. We'll get that over to you within 24 hours. Now, if it's during the business hours, we'll normally get it to you that same day or whatever. But, it's on the weekend or whatever, I monitor all that stuff. I still try to get it to you within 24 hours. Now, what you'll get is the person's name. You'll get the business that they're operating under, if they are. You'll get a couple of phone numbers on them, and you'll get their I don't know if we'll include one of the properties that they purchased or not, but we may go ahead and do that just as a conversation starter. But obviously the objective is for you to start to make those network with buyers. You're building your buyers list first, and you go out there and start hunting on what they're looking for. Now you'll also be able to see the number of units that they purchased on a particular property. Now, when the list that we have, they're not going to normally have duplicates. I guess we'll have that option in there because you can see how many they may have purchased over a certain time frame or whatever. But ideally, you just want to make that connect because these are going to be people that have been active normally within the last 2 years. We can do less time if you want. You want people that only have done stuff in the last 12 months. We can do that, but we could customize the list to whatever you want. So what you'll do is text the word RARE, RARE, to 205-96 205-964-5243. When you text that, it's going to send you instructions, basically my email address and whatever property type that you're trying to pick up. That you want a list built for, and we'll send you what it will cost. It's not that expensive at all, but it is commercial. So, one deal can be life-changing for you. So it's going to be more than what it costs that you see on Fiverr for houses. So just keep that in mind that it's going to cost more than that, because again, it is commercial. So it's a totally different ball game because of that one connect that you make may be life-changing for you, and you may be able to eat off that for quite some time. So what you'll do, if you want to build one of those lists, and I hadn't set my thing up here, text the word RARE to 205-964-5243. And that'll send you over the instructions. Hopefully I set it up right. Send you over the instructions to to get access to those lists of commercial buyers. It could be for multifamily, it could be for retail centers, it could be for warehousing, it can be for hotel motels, it could be for self storage, obviously. And now just understand, the bigger the market, the more activity is going to be available, right? You know, if it's state of Texas is, I guess, is what, the second or first, either one or two most populated states, probably number two behind California. So obviously going to be a lot of activity there. Now, just understand now, the great thing about commercial, you don't have to live in the state on where you're finding properties at. Now, you may target somewhere like Texas or California or New York or Florida, where they're more heavily populated. Not saying you have to do that, but those opportunities exist. You can do a lot of it from your laptop by just targeting properties on what those particular investors are looking for. So you'll have an opportunity to get a custom list to your liking with that type of contact information. It could be worth millions to you, like literally, or whatever. So just text me, text Rare to 205-964-5243. And I probably would do maybe like a TikTok or something like that on it, just to remind me. Do something similar to that. And we'll push it out. So now a lot of you are stuck around. Most of the people that have been here, they've stuck around tonight. I know it's probably late on the East Coast or whatever, but I want to show you the AI that I set up also. And so let's do this. Let me share my screen. All right. So if you want to try to calculate your house deal, I set this up to try to make it a little easier for you, right? Okay, so let's go over here to Chat GPT. So now I'm assuming everybody even know what that is. So let's just do this. Let me just do it this way. So if you just Google Chat GPT, all right, you're going to see the link there. So I'm already logged into mine, but you select Chat GPT, you sign up for it. Now you can set up the free version, but to use this tool, they require you to have the paid version of it. So all right, so what I did is I created this GPT, and I didn't even tell y'all how to access. I got to figure out a way to do that. So I named it Offers are Free. Okay, so you need, in order to run your numbers, you have to be able to know how to run ARV. But even with that, I try to help you how to run your ARV, right? So you say, well, I need help with ARV, all right, with calculating ARV. All right, so the first thing it's going to do, if it works, oh no. Oh man, you know why it's doing that?
Why?
Because I did a search on some phone numbers. It's been tripping on me like that. Golly. Oh man, they tripping. I know what to do. I figure, hey, y'all can't beat me. Let me see here.
You gonna log into something else?
Yeah, I'm logging into no. Yeah, hey, y'all ain't gonna whoop me. Let me see. Chat GPT. All right. So yeah. All right. So boom. So let me change the theme. I like the black. You prefer the black too?
Of course.
Yeah. Let's go with the black. All right. And let's see if I can just find it in there. So if I go in here, just do offers are free. There it is. Boom. There we go. Start chat. All right. So boom. So what is I need help with calculating ARV. I hope it ain't gonna trip now. Okay, there we go. All right, so it's going to give you an explanation, that you can use Zillow's estimate, and that'll help you to do so. Is there a video? I should have given you the video, but is there a video I can watch? All right, so hopefully it'll spit out the video here. So that's the video. So you click on that link there. When it stops, why it's not letting me link onto it? Here's the link to the video.
You gonna say it again? Like that's going. You said it again. Like that was gonna make it work.
Yeah, I don't know why it's tripping. Link is not working. Let me say link isn't working. Come on, chat. I've been bragging on you now. Don't be tripping. And it just take me straight to YouTube. Anyway, it was going to take you to what is that video called? It may be this browser. I mean, I hadn't used it before. Flipman. It was going to take you to this particular video here. I'll work out that bug. It was going to take you to this video here, and it was going to break you down how to determine ARV. All right, so once you have your ARV, so we're just going to use some easy numbers here. So we're going to say 200K is your ARV. So you have to know what your square footage is. We're going to say the square footage is 1450. All right. You have to say that the house is livable or not. Now, you don't have to do that. It's going to ask you for that information, which it did in all the instructions up here. But I'm just going to say the house is livable. So it's going to take that into account. Then you have to tell it how much you want to make on the deal. So on a 200,000K ARV, I'm trying to make anywhere from 15 to 20. So I'm going to say 15,000 K is my wholesale fee. All right. So from there, once it has that information, then it's just going to run through the entire process of breaking that deal down for you. So it's going to just display out the information put in. The ARV is 200,000, square footage is 1450. You say it's livable, and you want to make 15,000 on this particular deal. All right, so it's automatically going to default at 70%, which you can change that as far as the investors percentage, and then from there it's going to give you the offer that you should make. So in summary, your offer to the seller should be 88,750. The cash buyer priced in order for you to make that 15,000 needs to be 103,750 or higher. But basically, it's just going to run through. So once you have your ARV, we know it was 200,000. Easy to define your square footage on the house. You know that it's livable. All right, which determines what the repairs will be on it. And you say you got to tell them how much you want to make on the deal. Again, to know how much you want to make on the deal, generally try to do between 7 to 10% of the ARV. So I think 7% on that obviously like what 14 grand or whatever. So you just go up from there. So and then it just breaks everything down here so you can actually see a visual how you arrive at those numbers, right? And then it gives you your final summary on what you should offer to the seller and then what you should be able to sell it for to accomplish that 15 grand. All right. You all could see the screen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, boom. All right. So there we go. All right. So we've been rolling hard, Jessica. Hard.
Yes.
Hey, I'm missing Law and Order organized crime. Anyway, I got to record it though. I'll check it out when I get home. So anyway, so we appreciate everybody that has joined us tonight. I think we got a lot of good questions in. Appreciate Jessica for doing this short notice for us. Mm-hmm. And if nothing else, think of anything else I need to add?
No, I think we're good.
All right. So guys, we appreciate it. Remember, if you want those lists, just text RARE to 205-964-5243. If you want those commercial buyers list, just hit me up and we'll get that information over to you. Thanks, and we'll see you on FLIP SIDE.
Flip man, it's the flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Get that bag.